She left her scarf behind, and with it, a piece of his heart. It was a Tuesday, just like any other. Or so he thought. He was rushing to catch the 7:42 a.m. train. Coffee in one hand, briefcase in the other. A symphony of urban chaos playing all around him. He nearly missed it, squeezing through the closing doors. Just in time, as he looked for a seat, his eyes landed on her. She was sitting by the window, a flash of brilliant red against the muted tones of the morning commute. It was a red scarf, knitted, with a pattern that seemed to tell a story of its own. And her. She was lost in a book, her expression shifting with the story she was reading. A small smile, a furrowed brow, a look of surprise. He found an empty seat a few rows away, but he couldn't look away. It was as if she was the only person in the entire train car. He'd seen her before, he realized. Same train, same time, always with a book, but never with that vibrant red scarf. It was new. It made her stand out, a splash of color in his monochrome routine. A felt, an orchea pool to go and talk to her, to ask what she was reading, to tell her that her scarf was beautiful. But the words caught in his throat. What would he even say? The fear of looking foolish, of interrupting her, kept him glued to his seat. The train screeched to a halt at his stop. He hesitated for a fraction of a second, glancing her way one last time. She was still absorbed in her book. He sighed and stepped off the train, joining the river of people flowing towards the city. As he walked, he couldn't shake her image from his mind. That scarf, that smile. He promised himself, tomorrow he would say something. The next day, he was on the platform earlier than usual, his heart thumping with a strange mix of anxiety and excitement. The 7:42 pulled in, and he scanned the windows, looking for that splash of red. He boarded, his eyes darting through the crowd. He walked the length of the train, his hope sinking with each empty seat. She wasn't there. He told himself it was just one day. Maybe she was sick. Maybe she had a day off. But the next day, she was gone too. And the day after that. A week passed, then two. The train felt empty, his mornings back to their dull, gray routine. The vibrant color was gone, and he hadn't even realized how much he'd started to look forward to it. A month later, resigned to the fact that she was just a fleeting moment, a missed connection, he was cleaning out his briefcase. Tucked away in a side pocket, he found a folded piece of paper he didn't recognize. Unfolded Italiano. It was a flyer for a local art gallery, an exhibition that had started a few weeks ago. He vaguely remembered someone handing it to him on the street. He was about to toss it when a small, handwritten note at the bottom caught his eye. It read, "Sometimes you just have to say hello." His heart stopped. He remembered now, the day he saw her with the scarf. A woman handing out flyers had bumped into him, and he'd shoved it into his briefcase without a thought. Was it her? A coincidence? It felt too specific. Driven by a sliver of hope, he decided to go to the gallery that weekend. It was a small, charming space, filled with stunning paintings. He walked around, admiring the art, but his mind was elsewhere. He was looking for a face, for a flash of red, and then he saw it. Not her, but the scarf. It was hanging on a wall, part of a mixed media installation. It was titled, "The 7:42. His breath caught in his throat. Next to it was a series of charcoal sketches. Sketches of people on a train, a man rushing with a coffee, a woman reading a newspaper, and a man sitting a few rows away, staring, a look of longing on his face. It was him. His heart was pounding. He looked around the gallery, now with a desperate urgency. And there she was. She was standing by a window, talking to a guest, not wearing the scarf, but with the same gentle smile he remembered. She hadn't been a passenger. She was the artist. She was sketching them all along, gathering inspiration. He took a deep breath, the handwritten words from the flyer echoing in his mind. Sometimes you just have to say hello. He walked towards her, his fear replaced by a feeling he couldn't quite name. It felt like hope. It felt like the beginning of a new chapter. He reached her, And she turned, her eyes widening in recognition. He smiled, a real, genuine smile. "Hello," he said. I think he dropped this. He pointed back towards the wall, towards the red scarf that had started it all. She laughed. The sound like music, and right there, in a gallery full of art, their own story was just beginning. Isn't it funny how life works? A single moment, a small choice, can change everything. We all have our own red scarf moments, chances that we let slip by because of fear or hesitation. But what if we didn't? What if we took that leap? Maybe the person you see every day on your commute, the barista who knows your coffee order, or the stranger you share a brief smile with, could be the start of something wonderful. The world is full of these hidden connections, waiting to be discovered. All it takes is a little bit of courage. All it takes is a simple hello. So next time you feel that pull, that hesitation, remember the girl with the red scarf. Don't let your story be one of missed chances. What's a misconnection you still think about? Share your stories in the comments below. We'd love to read them. And who knows, maybe your story will inspire someone else to take that chance. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.